Our forest is our natural heritage. Sarawak needs timber resources for its development. We have to implement a comprehensive and sustainable plan. We need to add value to our precious timber resources. The timber industry will catalyze our socio-economic development. These were probably the thoughts of the young and visionary Abdul Taib Mahmud back in the 1960s when he was the Minister of Development and Forestry. These thoughts eventually transformed the entire timber industry in Sarawak and along with that brought about tremendous development to the state. Pehin Sri Taib's far-sightedness enabled him to view the evolution of Sarawak's timber industry from a much wider perspective. Between 1969 and 1972, an inventory study on Sarawak's timber resources was conducted jointly by the Forest Department of Sarawak and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. Based on their findings and recommendations, Pehin Sri Taib envisioned the importance of having a strong catalyst to spearhead the development of this industry, and hence the birth of Sarawak Timber Industry Development Corporation or STIDC in 1973. This year marks the 40th anniversary of STIDC's formation. We have come a long way from our humble beginning when peat swamp logging dominated the industry. 40 years on, not only that we have grown, the timber industry in Sarawak has manifested into a multi-billion ringgit industry, engaging the latest in production technology, encompassing not only upstream but a well-established network of downstream activities. The timber industry is now the fourth largest contributor to the state's export earning, generating massive spin-off effects in socio-economic development, creating vast employment, and catalyzing development to rural areas and urban centers. Let us not forget that our 40-year journey and achievement did not happen by chance. We were most fortunate to have Pehin Sri Taib at the helm as our captain to guide and lead us for 21 years. Thanks to his strong leadership, STIDC continued to play its role to spearhead the growth of the timber industry in Sarawak. During the 1980s, Sarawak started to develop integrated processing zones for timber cluster to facilitate manufacturing integration and to further add value to our timber resources. That led to the successful establishment of downstream processing zones in Pending, Demak Laut, Kemenah, Kuala Baram and Tanjung Manis. Tanjung Manis is another brainchild of Pehin Sri Taib. Started from a greenfield site covered with mangrove forest, it has transformed into an integrated timber processing zone and new township. The area is now well connected by land, sea and air, and it supports other industries such as shipbuilding and repair, fishery and palm oil industry cluster. Tanjung Manis is one of the 5 growth nodes within the Sarawak Corridor of Renewable Energy or SCORE, and eventually it will be transformed into a world-class halal hub in this region, focusing on food production. In 1988, the log quota system was introduced, with the primary objective of ensuring adequate raw material to encourage domestic processing. Today, at least 60% of Sarawak's logs are processed locally, while the remaining 40% is for export. In addition, the government offered the Royalty Rebate Incentive Scheme from 1992 to 2004 to further stimulate the domestic downstream industry. The benefit from the scheme was used by the industry to acquire technology for timber processing. As a result, the downstream timber processing industry flourished rapidly in the 1990s, paving the way for the production of medium-density fiberboard, particle board, molded products, in addition to key products such as sawn timber, veneer and plywood. The annual export revenue of timber has soared from 2 billion ringgit to more than 7 billion ringgit. By creating a strong platform, many of the industry players have grown from strength to strength. Today, Sarawak has numerous timber conglomerates, having well-diversified business portfolio internationally, while continuing to invest heavily in the state. Bumiputra participation in the timber industry has also been improved through various key initiatives like furniture villages and the vendor programs. The timber industry also benefited the support industries such as logistics, maintenance, engineering and chemical companies. The spillover effect also extended to small and medium enterprises involved in timber-related businesses. Pehin Seri Taib has always been a strong advocate of sustainable forest management. Typical of his foresight, Pehin Seri believes that the growth and expansion of the timber industry cannot solely rely on natural forests. Therefore, he initiated for Sarawak to embark on a massive planted forest program in order to augment the state's natural timber supply. In total, Sarawak targeted 1 million hectares of land to be developed as planted forest, which could potentially generate 15 to 20 million cubic meters of log production per year. This will pave the way for Sarawak's timber industry to enter into the next phase, the production of high value-added timber products and related industry such as furniture, pulp and paper. In order to embrace changes, continuous research and development activities were conducted, particularly in the field of planted forest, to produce more value-added processing. Under Pehin Seri's guidance, STIDC has always emphasized strongly on human resource development. This is to ensure a sufficient skilled workforce to cater for the timber industry's ever-growing demand. In our quest to continually improve our delivery services, we have equipped ourselves with the latest in information technology through the application of various online systems. These continuous improvement initiatives were accoladed with certifications and recognition. We are also playing our humble role as a caring entity through various charitable activities such as donations, sponsorships, education assistance, and providing internet access to residents in Tanjung Manis.
As we celebrate our 40th anniversary, our tribute goes to Yang Amat Berhormat Pehin Seri Taib Mahmud, the architect of Sarawak's timber industries, for his dedication, guidance, vision and contribution to Sarawak's timber industries. It is only through the eyes of a visionary leader that one is able to visualize a complete cycle for the development of Sarawak's timber industry as a whole. We at STIDC will continue to play our roles in spearheading the advancement of an innovative timber industry in Sarawak, in line with the state government's vision in bringing Sarawak into the next phase of progress and development. We will equip ourselves appropriately to face the challenges in developing the industry for decades to come.